Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this cute green cat eye chrome marble set. So if you want to see how I did it, just keep on watching. I'm going to start off as usual by removing the shine off of my natural nails. I did just finish a soak off, so I'm just going to buff these with my medium sanding band at 4,000 rotations per minute. Once I'm done removing the shine, I'm going to go in with my cuticle bit, still at 4,000 rotations per minute, just to remove any of that dead skin that's on the nail plate. Once I'm done cutting my cuticles, I'm going to go in with the nail aid system. I'm going to start with the collagen builder. This is just going to help with rebuilding my natural nails. They have been dehydrated from repeated soak-offs. So I'm just going to apply this. This is air dry, so I'm going to apply it to all the nails, let it air dry for 2 minutes before moving on to the next step. Now I'm going to go in with the keratin, same deal. I'm just going to apply this, let it air dry for 2 minutes before moving on to the next step. So now once those steps are fully dry, I'm just going to go in with some peel off base coat. This is just going to make it so I don't have to soak off my nails. They're just going to naturally pop off within a few days or so with no damage to my natural nails. So once all my natural nails are prepped and all of the extensions are fitted to fit my natural nail, I'm just going to go in and chemically etch each of the extensions, making sure to remove the number. And then we're just going to apply the extend gel and then apply it to my natural nail at a 45-degree angle. Press down until the gel reaches the free edge and then flash cure. And I'm going to do that to all the nails before I go in the full-size lamp and cure for the full time. Once I have all the extensions applied and fully cured, this is what my nails are looking like. And then we're just going to go in with the next step and remove the shine off of the extension with that same sanding band. I'm using it at about 7,000 or 8,000 rotations per minute. You can also just use a buffing block, but I like to do it this way. And now I'm just going to go in with my 5-in-1 bit and seal the cuticle. I'm also using this at 7,000 or 8,000 rotations per minute. Now once all the nails are shaped how I want them, I'm just going to go in and further seal the cuticle with a brush and some acetone. I'm just going to brush either side back and forth about 3 to 4 times until the cuticle is more flush to my natural nail. And then I'm going to go in with my base coat. This is Nail Reserve Sea Swing and Sun, but I do think that they are no longer selling this product. I am going to go in with 2 different base coats, so I'm going to use this, fully cure it, and then go in with my next color. And I'm going to use this ombre gel paint again to mask my natural nail. I should have done it before the first base coat, but I forgot. I'm doing it now and it still worked just as well. So I'm just dabbing this into the center of my nail where you can see the free edge, the yellowish part of my nail. And then I'm going to go in with that second base coat color before I start my design. Now for the designs, we're going to start off with the index finger, the marble nail. So I'm just layering the cat eye with some white in multiple different layers, and then I'm just going to swirl them around. Right now I'm applying some base coat. Could use blooming gel, but I didn't have any, so I just used some base coat. And then I'm kind of just like floating the marble onto the nail, and I wanted it to go through the entirety of the nail, the top to the bottom, but kind of a little bit less throughout that center. So once I have applied all of the color that I want on the nail, after that, I'm going to go in and just make sure that it is fully dispersed out through the edges of the nail. And then I'm going to take some acetone, just a little bit of acetone, dab off the excess, and then kind of flow out the edges so they look a little more cohesive and not as harsh. And on the opposite side, where there is a lot of nude, I am going to kind of bring out that white that remains on the brush all the way out through the entirety of the nude, just to kind of make it like a little more cohesive throughout the entirety of the nail, so there's still a little bit of marble throughout the entire nail. And I did use the magnet on the index finger, but it didn't really do anything because there wasn't enough of the cat eye polish. So I just moved on to the middle finger, and I'm just applying some of the cat eye polish in a circle in the center of the nail, and then I'm using the magnet to get the cat eye effect that I want before curing. For the thumb and the pinky, I'm just going in with like an abstract line on either side with the cat eye polish. And again, just using the magnets to get the effect that I want and then curing. Once the cat eye is fully cured, I'm just going to go into all of the nails that I want the chrome effect to be on with some matte top coat. I'm going to apply that to the full amount of the nail and then fully cure before I go in with my sculpting gel or rhinestone gel, whatever you're using to get your chrome effect. I am using the Makartt sculpting gel. I will link it in the description. And I'm just kind of going in like a super squiggly, non-uniform line. Some portions are thicker than others. And I get that main portion of the line before I go in with my dotting tool and kind of do some more abstract lines. Think like a double helix where the lines are going in opposite directions. I do that kind of around the main line, and then I'm just going to add in my rhinestones, and then I'm going to cure for 30 seconds, and then I apply my chrome with my finger. And then once that is fully embedded in the nail, I just use my sponge to remove any excess, and then you get this. And then this middle and ring finger were super out of focus. So I just went and added this little extra video just for more clarity, but it is the same that I just explained. So I just add in the rhinestone gel and then I put my rhinestones on that while it is still wet, cure it for 30 seconds. And then I apply the chrome directly to that rhinestone gel with my finger. I do find that my finger works the best over like a silicone tool or anything like that. So I apply it with my finger, and then once it is fully applied to the rhinestone gel, then I just go in with that sponge and rub it in even further, and that will remove any excess chrome that is not attached to that rhinestone gel. And for the ring finger, I did decide afterwards that I wanted it to be a full cat eye, which is why I had already painted it nude. But again, this one unfortunately was out of focus. I don't know what happened. But so if you see on the video to the left, I'm just creating that same marble and applying some blooming gel or base coat and then floating it onto the nail where I want the marble to be. And then I'm just going to take a brush dipped in some acetone and kind of float it out and meld it into the rest of the nail a little bit better. I'm going to fully cure that and then apply my matte top coat. Same thing right before I go in with the rhinestone gel to apply that chrome. So once all of the chrome is applied how you like, I'm just going in with my top coat. I highly recommend to get a separate top coat specifically for your chrome designs, just because any leftover glitter or chrome dust, it will get into your top coat. I am going directly over these rhinestones since none of them are real. If they were real, if they were Swarovski, I would go around them. But since they are just fake crystals, I am going over them. That actually helps preserve their sheen. And then I'm just going to clean up around my cuticles. And this is how the set turned out. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think they turned out super cute. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.